Ooh, we got more questions. So, as a successful businesswoman, and this is something that a few of us kind of talked about before you got here today, and that is the people you surround yourself with. How important is that?
That is key.
Yes.
Capital Key. Key.
Yes.
And I really have learned that this time around.
Yes.
So key, because that's your tribe.
That's right.
That's your tribe. Those are your people that are going to boost you up when you're having a crappy day and you're, nothing's working today. And they're like, look, you know what? You doing this, you're okay, that kind of thing. Surrounding yourself with people that, and my group, I'm very fortunate. I have people that are mentors to me that I really respect and admire in business, that I can ask a question and go to if I need to.
Right.
But surrounding myself with friends that believe in what I do,
Yes.
that can help when I need help, that's key too. That support me as a single mom and also a businesswoman and all that means.
That's right.
Somebody that has that mentality,
Yes.
that that really understands and gets that. People that you admire in business, I think, are important to have around you. People that also can assist with things that may not be your comfort zone, too, are things like that. I am not a good paperwork girl. I never have been.
Yes.
So having somebody that is an accountant friend that can say, hey, you really need to get a box and put this in,
Right.
keep me organized, those kinds of things. But really surrounding yourself with people that are your tribe, that really believe in what you do and can support you and walk you through and listen to you and just be there for what it is you need, even if it's just to listen, for 15 minutes, or you drop your kid off over there and they can watch your kid for a little bit,
Right.
whatever it is that you need help with. But that's so key to create that community of people.
And you said the key word there, you create that community of people. So it's by choice and by design who you surround yourself with. And I think sometimes we allow too many people to just attach themselves, uninvited or invited, either way. You can uninvite someone, but
Yes,
some people invite themselves to, and it's, to your tribe, and they are not the type of, member of the tribe that you want. And that's okay. Right. That's okay. And I like the fact that you said you create, because I think that's something that we don't do often enough. We don't create the environment that we want to be in. We allow the environment to happen to us, by allowing, those people, whether they're related or unrelated, to attach themselves and, kind of not be, like you said, supportive, positive, helpful, and you to them, because you could be helpful to them, and that's okay in the tribe too.
Sure, absolutely.
But creating a tribe, I think, is, and what you said is key, creating that tribe.
Yeah, I think, and I think it's okay to, you made a point of people attaching themselves. I think it's okay. We need to get more comfortable with saying no.
No is a complete sentence.
No is a complete sentence.
Yes.
And it's okay.
It really is.
For some people to not fit into our vision of who we want to surround ourselves with. I think that's okay. And as women, we need to be able to say that a little easier.
Right. And, and you don't have to feel like you're being rude.
Right.
Because what's rude to me is to continue or allow those people to be around and you don't want them there. Right. So that's, to me, ruder. So if that's a word, but I think it is now. So, but I think that, what you said is key. Create your tribe, and allow the people in it that you want to be there up close, and you have control of that. And I think as women, we don't exercise that enough. I agree. The ability to control our environment.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So women out there, control your environment. It's within your grasp. You can do it. You can build your own tribe. Single women, who have children, single moms, it's not the easiest job, but you can make it work and you can be successful in it. And as seeing you sitting here, you can have your own business and a very successful business, and I met your son. And he's absolutely wonderful.
Well, thank you.
And I love the fact that you brought him here today. And he's, sitting in the next room listening to you on the show, which is important because he sees the different facets of his mom. You know, so like you said, he can have his play dates. You know, you can cut out time for yourself, but then when you come together, you build different types of experiences that will carry him forward too. Mm-hmm. You know,
Absolutely.
I like this conversation.
Me too.
And so now in your business, this is what I noticed from my business is that, and see if you agree with this, and I'd love to get your comment. You know, you started out with wine, mm-hmm. and you said, okay, I'm going to do wine tasting, and this is what I'm going to do. And then you noticed that, you know, the audience called for more. Like, okay, well, how about, you know, adding this to my business? And so how do you know when it's right to add something? If you could address that in your business, how do you know when it's right? And so I'll ask you to answer that question first because I have a follow-up question.
Oh, okay. Financially, I think was the biggest thing that I started looking at.
Okay.
Wine is an extra. Mm-hmm. I still do wine tastings for people, and I do them for small business now as well. People are doing a lot of using it as a way to get people in the door now, which is
it's
a very
mixer.
smart thing. Yes.
Yeah.
So I do that, but when I looked at it, you know, several years ago, I was like, you know, this is not the money maker now. Mm-hmm. Times have changed. Right. The financial state of affairs has changed. So I'm going to keep that because I still love that.
Right.
But it's time to add something that I'm going to be able to make more money at.
Right. That you love doing.
That I love doing.
Right.
Yeah. And that component was cooking.
Okay.
And I was cooking anyway with the wine parties. I was doing tapas style food, and I was doing that anyway.
Right.
So I've never not really cooked, but doing it in this capacity,
more focused,
full-on focused meals was not something I had mm-hmm. done. So I started thinking about that. You know, how could I parlay that into something that would be a business, and what need am I going to be fulfilling to in that point? So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think that sometimes, you know, I don't want people to think that just because you start out in one area and you may add to, and that may become more of the focus than the original thought, does not mean you have failed in any area. Like you said, the market dictates in some cases what the focus should be. Yes. And what you should add to your portfolio of, you know, business services that you offer. So don't be afraid to add things, especially if you enjoy doing those things also, because you, the business owner, you're creating the palette. You're creating what your business will be. You know, so I think that was important to bring up is, like you said, you started with wine and doing, you know, a few dishes around the wine, and then you saw where the demand was more, and so you ventured into that and staying true to what your business model is.
Right. And I think that's a huge part of business too. You have to be willing to expand and grow.
Right.
You know, you may have this great idea that you start with, but you know, the marketplace is the marketplace.
That's right.
You're still running a business. You have to figure out a way to continue to bring in the money.
Yes.
And you have to adjust to that. I mean,
that's right.
And that doesn't, you know, very much to your point, it doesn't mean you're a failure at all. It just means you're being smart and staying on top of growing your business, which is really the point. You want to keep growing. So
yes.
You have to be able to expand and grow as the marketplace changes and needs come up, and, you know, kind of refocus in different directions. It doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means you're being smart about growing.
That's right. Now, do you think as women we face some particular challenges in having our own business? What do you think? Could you speak to that?
Very much so.
Okay.
Yeah. If there was a word I could shout right now, yes. Amen. Amen to that. Yeah. Because women are the ones that hold everything down, pretty much.
Yes.
And so, you know, and not even if you're a single mom, if you're just a mom, period.
Just mom, period. Yeah. This isn't just focused on single moms. This is moms in general.
Moms in general are the people that hold it all down.
Yes.
And, you know, it's that, which is a job in itself,
yes.
on top of which you're building a business and all that comes with that, all the stresses and joys and happinesses of that.
Right.
It's a lot. And men, I don't think, experience that in the same way.
Because they know how to compartmentalize things.
Yes.
They take usually time for themselves. Mm-hmm. They delegate more so than we do. So I think they, more delegate things out, I think, than women do.
I do too. And I think we can learn from that.
I think so too. I think that's something we should learn to do better.
Yep.
You know, I can't speak for all women, but I can say for myself, that's something that I struggle with ongoing. You know, just releasing things, letting it go, letting someone else do that. You know, not having to be in total control of every single thing around me.
Right. It's the same way in business when the expression of it takes a village to raise a child. It really does.
Yeah.
And it also takes a village to do a business. You really have to be willing to delegate.
Right.
Men don't really, in general, make apologies for taking time for themselves.
No, they don't.
You know, in general.
Right.
Broad blanket statement, but no, they don't. And they delegate better than we do.
Yes.
And they just kind of carve it out a little cleaner and more quickly. They're not as emotionally attached, I don't think, as we are to everything we want to hang on to. You know, we're just so emotional about everything. So I think they're able to step back a little bit more, and we need to develop that a little bit better as far as being able to step back and assess and say, okay, you know, I know it's, you know, we're really emotional about it, but you got to be able to assess it and look at it realistically too, and be able to say, you know what, I don't have to do all these jobs.
That's right.
I have people that can do that for me.
Yes.
And I need to give that away now.
Right.
And move on.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, I'm enjoying this conversation
Me
with
too.
you. Claire, you have to promise me you'll come back.
I will come back anytime.
Everyday Gourmet LA. Please let our audience know how they can get in contact with you.
You can go on my website, everydaygourmetla.com. You can also call me at the number on there. Can I
Yes,
give the number out?
It's your number.
My cell phone, 216-339-9066. I'm happy to answer any questions on the phone, have a consultation. Reach me like that.
Yes, I think that's a great idea. So ladies and gentlemen who are interested in having the ability to sit down with their family in the evening and have a meal, however many nights you can, you know, pull that together, you know, this would be a wonderful way of doing it. I think that Cindy is onto something. And like you said, you're not the only one, but you've got a concept that I don't think a lot of them use. So I feel like your business is one that I know is thriving. And so I want to get as many people to your website as possible.
Oh, thank you.
So say it one more time so that those who were running for a pen that now have one will know how to contact you.
All right, now that you got your pen, it's everydaygourmetla.com, and number is 216-339-9066.
Absolutely. Now, one, I think, running theme throughout our conversation was to be encouraged. Mm-hmm. You know, don't allow being a single parent or a mother in general to stop you from starting your own business. You can be successful in the things that you love and enjoy doing, and other people will appreciate you and pay you to do those things.
Yes.
My opinion, your opinion, right?
That's my opinion.
And don't let fear stop you. Do not allow fear to stop you, because we can do more than we think we can when we push past fear. You know what, Cindy? It's been so wonderful having you here today. I look forward to continuing this friendship that we're developing.
Oh, me too. Thank you.
I only see success in your future. And thank you to the listening audience for listening. This is Miss Charliine, and this is Lunch with the Finance Bunch. And I've enjoyed my conversation today. Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Charliine.
And Everyday Gourmet LA. Love it.
Thank you.